we knew it was going to be a battle, going to be a 4-quarter game. And, first quarter got off a little slow. We only had 11 plays, and, really proud of the way our guys responded in the second quarter. Something that we talked about. We're going to face some adversity as it goes, especially when you play good teams like that. And it's how you respond to that adversity. Going back last week, talking about how we responded to some of the turnovers, and then maybe not getting off to as fast a start we wanted in the first quarter, them kind of holding the ball there a little bit, and our guys having to wait on the sidelines. And, they had a decision to make, and it was great to really get going and start connecting and move the ball and get those points right there before half. And then, move the ball there in the second half. Had some opportunities to finish a few more plays, had a couple plays we'd like to have back and finish, and we will. It's still early in the year. I think it's good for our guys to go through a game like that, a physical battle versus a really good team. And, the last year's team, they did that. That was last year. This is this year's team to really have to face that and see how they would respond. And that's really what we were looking for going into this game. So big picture-wise, I'm really proud of our guys doing what it took to get the job done. And then, there's going to be a lot to coach, a lot of things to correct. I think our guys will definitely see enough to keep them hungry and working to continue to improve. And then, the other thing I'd say is just a big shout out to Coach Batson and his staff. That's 2 weeks in a row. It's 90-something degrees out there. I felt like our guys were in shape, and we rolled a lot of guys, but there's a lot of people, Paul Harrington with nutrition, and Hallie with the Paul Bistro, and Coach Batson and his staff. I think the hat's off to them, because that's a big part of the game too. It's not just the X's and O's. It's being able to go out and be able to play in that hot type of environment, and felt like our guys pushed through pretty good.
Jeff, what's your reaction to seeing Mamari Rogers get back so quickly? And not only did he play tonight, but he played meaningful snaps.
Yeah, if you would asked me 2 weeks ago, I thought it was going to be October, looking at the timeline and all that. And, he just really started hitting his, the different the boxes needed to be checked. He did exactly what he needed to do. But, to be honest, I'm not surprised knowing Amari, because he's a above and beyond type of guy. And just his mental, even when maybe Coach Sweeney and I didn't think 2 weeks ago that he'd be back for this game, Amari said, no, I'm going to be back. I'm going to show y'all. And we put him through a lot of stuff in practice, and he did a good job. I'll be excited to kind of go watch him play. I know, the biggest thing talking to him during the week in practice, his knee wasn't bothering him. He just had to really kind of get into play in shape, because that is a different deal than just, being on the side running a little bit. But thought that was great for him to get back out there, and definitely going to help make us better.
Totally Jeff, what does it say about the level of trust Trevor has? He throws into double coverage on the T pass, and he contorts his body to make a catch. He knew he'd get open.
Yeah, that's just guys that, they work a lot after practice together, and it definitely takes trust and being able to throw it up in that situation. And it was a little different look than what we really were looking for when we called that play. I think T did a good adjustment by holding it high, and Trevor's just giving his guy a chance, and that's what Coach Sweeney says all the time. Obviously, we'd love for it to draw up just the way that we have it called, but sometimes they have it covered, and got a guy like T, you can throw it up and give him a chance, and he rewarded Trevor there with a big catch.
Totally different than last week. They intended to take away the run today, sometimes playing 8 or 9 up around the line of scrimmage. How does the game plan change after that?
Yeah, we knew coming in that these guys were going to challenge us. I think they finished number 3 in the country in rush defense. Coach Elko has always done a great job stopping the run. And, that's what took a little early on for us to kind of find the right run schemes for what they were doing defensively, the way they were moving their defensive line and linebackers. But I really felt like we settled in. Big day for Lynn J. Dixon, for him to come out and be our leading rusher. It was huge, because we're going to need more than just Travis as we go down this road. And then for Travis, I think the big plus was over 50 yards receiving. That's a big part of his game that he's really been working on with his hands, and being able to add that to his skill set will definitely help us here later on in the year.
Justin had a great game, but have you ever seen him drop 2 balls in a row like
that? Yeah. Usually when you see some drops in a game, you can, as a coach, you can relate and remember some in practice, and you can kind of take them back to that point. But Justin has some of the best hands on our team, and it was unfortunate. He had 2 in a row. I know he hates that, but he's the kind of, what are you going to do if Michael Jordan misses a shot? You're going to give him the ball the next time, and that's what I told him. I said, hey, we're going to come back to you, and he responded, made some plays. That was a really that first touchdown was a big time throw and catch with Trevor and Justin, really to kind of get a little bit of momentum going. But hey, that's going to happen. These guys are great players, but they're going to make mistakes, and for us, it's about responding to that and not letting one drop kind of lead down the road the rest of the second half. So it'd be good as a coach to have something to keep coaching those guys, and be excited to see it whenever it really all comes together the way we want it.
Do you feel like A&M was able to make you guys one-dimensional by really doing a good job of stopping the run, or was that basically like they just said, we're going to stop the run, that's our main thing?
Yeah, well, I think early on, we had some run schemes, some things we were doing up front that we thought were going to be there, and they did a really good job of kind of taking those away. So I think for us, we had to go into a little bit more of the RPO game. I hate that we had that long throw to Justin. We had linemen downfield. Took a little while on that. But I think once we kind of got settled into some of our RPO and really let Trevor start making decisions, and he did a really good job kind of controlling that with our RPOs, and then that kind of let us settle down a little bit and hand it off whenever we did get some of the two safety looks.
Jeff, a lot of people thought that Texas A&M would be the team that could slow you guys down. When you see what you've done, do you ever sit there and say, who's going to stop us? We have this kind of offense where I don't know if we can stop.
That is not what I think. Honestly, that's not what I think. I'm going to the game, you're confident in your guys, but this is one of those 4 quarters. It's going to be a 10-round fight, and it's going to come down to the 4th quarter. And there's going to be swinging on both sides, and can your guys make enough plays to finish? And that's really all we're thinking. But I definitely know from my experience, this will be one of those games we'll look back on after they go out and have the year I think that they're going to have. We'll look back at this game in 6 or 7 weeks and go, hey, that was a really big-time win there early in the year. And I think it was good for us to really be challenged early in the year, because even though we got a lot of the pieces back from last year, we got a lot of new guys. You're looking out there and you got true freshman Joseph Ngata, and Frank Ladson, and getting those kind of experiences. We got the freshman tight ends getting in there. So I think for this team, this is exactly what we needed to kind of show us the test, see how we respond, and then have something to really coach off of as we get ready for division play next week.
How crucial was that touchdown drive at the end of the first half?
Yeah, that was big. We always talk about the last drive before halftime and the first drive starting the 3rd quarter as being really important. I believe we got the ball maybe, was that when we were backed up? Maybe 90-something yard. 11 yard, 89-yard drives. With about 3.5 minutes left, we started off in our normal offensive mode, and then we went into our 2-minute mode, and so that was really good, because obviously the type of game that it was, to be able to get 7 more points right before half, I think really helped our momentum and kind of changed a little bit of our plan going into the second half.
When Trevor got pulled down on that horse collar and got up and did a little turn, it seemed to fire him up a little bit. Do you like seeing that from your quarterback?
Well, I don't like to see him getting pulled down. But definitely, Trevor's a competitor. Those are some physical guys over there. I know he got hit a couple times, but he's a competitor. He's a physical guy. It was good to see him get out of the pocket and run a little bit. We got to kind of get him again. He's one of those guys that doesn't like to slide. We have to kind of go coach that up a little bit more. But Trevor, it's hard maybe as a fan from the outside to see all the different decisions that he had to make, but as a coach, when you make the play call and you see what the defense is doing, there's a lot of different things going on, and I felt like his decision making today was definitely improved from maybe some of the mistakes he made last week, so that was a big positive.
If you had an offensive coordinator on the other side going up against Venables today, how do you attack what he did?
Like I say all the time, the opposing teams are fortunate because they only have to play Coach V once. We have to play him year-round. So imagine being me and Tony and our offensive staff, and that's what you go against every single day in practice. But Coach V and that defense staff, they do an excellent job, and it's fun. Obviously I'm over there coaching the offense and my wideouts in between, but every once in a while I get a chance to peek up there and just to see them bringing pressure and stopping. That's a really good offense over there. Those guys are going to score a lot of points this year. So really proud of our D and the way that they played today.
How much does it help you as a coordinator to have to try to find ways to be creative? I guess going up against him every day.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is just the preparation that it gives you, because they do so many multiple things. So, Coach Caldwell doesn't like it a lot of times. times. I mean, but the first 3 days of the fall camp, he's seen about every defensive front that anybody could play, and we've seen every coverage, you know, from our guys. And then you got really good guys running those blitzes and coverage and all those things. So I think that really helps us because when you've had the success that we've had offensively, you know, people aren't going to come in and play you like they've, you know, played everybody else leading up to that point. You can only prepare for maybe what you've seen on video, but we're going to get new wrinkles every week. That's part of it. And it's just how quickly we can communicate and make those adjustments. But going against Coach V and that defense every day definitely helps us when that time comes.